Hello everyone, welcome back to a Hare over here. I'm Hare. Today we are opening up the pre-release kit of uh, the newest set Foundations. Um, yeah, so yeah, today we are doing that. If you're watching this on the week of release, slight changes to the schedule. I'm still trying to do 2 weeks. One or two videos a week, primarily of Magic content. Um, so obviously, this is gonna be one of those videos. If they are gonna open up the limited arena, I hope to get something out on Thursday in that regard. Um, I still do uh, playthroughs on Sundays, in which I'm still doing Jak and Daxter. Link down below, um, or down up in the thumbnail. Getting to that, and I'm starting out early enough last Saturday. I say I want to actually get to Baldur's Gate, so I'm looking for every Saturday. I'm looking to get a starting to get in a live stream on Saturdays. Maybe Baldur's Gate or something else. Uh, Most likely not what I'm actually playing on Sundays. So yeah. But needlessly, I'm excited about Foundations. Um, First off, they don't have to put in so much like work on these boxes, like the wraps. I remember how they were like even right before the pandemic and like 5 years ago, 10 years ago, they did not go this hard, and yet uh, like they have their pop outs, their cool little arts, all this just for some dang wrappings that they previously just had a slight. So I have to appreciate Wizards for going out on that. The dice, it's your standard D20, nothing of much note there. Um, Here's the thing, like almost any I'm sure you will find almost no content creator will disagree with the statement that um, a core set is a great way for beginners. And over this past like, few years, uh, we just don't have things like, oh, we are gonna discontinue the core sets with origins. Like 2019 was the first like return to it. Then 2 years later, they say, okay, we're getting rid of it. It's like, come on. It's like core sets are a great way for new players to get into the game. I don't care what it. They like okay. We aren't do because this is core set. We are gonna focus on not only the evergreen keywords and potentially a few. I'm forgetting the terms, but like we are going to have a number of creatures with like flying, vigilant, and trample. These like keywords that will appear in every set. Then we are going to sprinkle in the occasion, like the ones that might occasionally pop up every other set, such as prowess, scrying, and whatnot. Like, granted, Foundations is not exactly meant to be a pre-release. It's not meant to be a core set, but it somewhat is in that every it's supposed to be playable in standard for the next 5 years. So it's like, oh yeah, for those who want to play competitively, then it's like they're going to sell Foundations no matter what to uh that like they're going to sell Foundations to the pro market and the like slightly below pro market. Those who like, yeah, I'm going to F&M every week, and standard is to play, and it's like guaranteed this will not cycle out as quickly. Um, it's a good set. Yeah. The only problem is that for newcomers, like, oh yeah, this is a core set. Then, like, if you want to learn magic, this is magic distilled down to the like. Yeah, that's good. 2 years from, like, a year from now, 2 years from now, what is the idea? Are they going to simply redo, like, foundations again, or foundations 2, or like, uh, say, what if I'm introducing a new person in a year from now? Say, let's go and try get foundations from a year. So having a yearly car set, I think, is a little, and considering we're getting a lot of new players because of the universes beyond, I've noticed a lot of new players even at my F&M. The pre card that I got was Sky Knight Squire. Read him up all your whenever another creature you control enters but a count on it, uh, when as long as this creature has 3 more +1/+1 counters on it, it gains flying and it has Knight in addition to its other types. It's a cat scout. Say, uh, cat can be a relevant creature type depending on who you are and whatnot. Knight is a little bit more relevant over the last few sets, but I'm actually somewhat liking this guy. 2 mana 1/1. But if you're trying to swarm the field, I'm I might see it playing standard play, and I like with most sets as of recently, I haven't dug heavily into spoilers, but what I have seen, I have liked. Okay, well, I'm very somewhat enjoying that they are at least doing this, the gain lands back. Um, okay, I don't remember what the rarity of this guy was from. The marauding blood priest, 3 mana for 3/2. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. Okay, this being in, like, going into even if it was not uncommon, I have no real issues with that happening at common, because as long as we don't get the other half at a common, it's like, keep it out Popple. I don't play Popple, but it's one of those formats that's like, we don't need the exquisite blood combo in uh uncom. Okay, so no, here's the thing. 4 uncommons. Uh, Here is a big thing. It's one of those. I am not hating on this whatsoever. Uh, Elvish regrow. When this creature enters the battlefield, return a permanent from your graveyard to hand. 4 mana for 4/3 that regrows something. Okay, they are allowing other colors to at least get into what black is doing. Um, Granted, green has always been able to do this. Um, Bolt Wave, 3 damage to every opponent. Lightning Bolt, but here's the thing: I wish this was that common, because I'm wanting to build a proper legal commander legal uh, deck, so it's nothing but commons. Um, Mono red deck. Like, so I wish this was that common, but 3 mana. If standard's gonna have mono red aggro already exists in standard, but a mono red bond deck, this is going in Pioneer. I could see it being bought in. Uh, Modern, no. Auto formats, definitely not. But I got 4 uncommons from this. Whenever you draw your single card, create a 1/1 blue fairy. Okay, so blue and standard unlimited might have some token sub themes. I'm not 100% sure. Again, never really looked into the format, and I don't think there was a whole lot of reprints in this set. In which that's the one other thing about, because it's like it's either nothing but reprints or it has a good number of reprints. I found this a tad bit funny when I saw it originally, and it's like, oh, in a world like, okay, it makes sense, but in a world in which high fantasy exists, why the fudge do we have a fishing pole finally coming to? It's like this should have either never like makes sense, but at the same time, a creep creature has one tap fishing pole, put a bait counter onto fishing pole. Whenever a creep creature becomes untapped, remove a bait counter from this equipment. If you do, create a 1/1 fish, a 1/1 blue fish token. 1 to cast, 2 to equip. It might have combos because they really have like doing like, oh yeah, tap. This only happens if this creature's tapped or becomes tapped, or when this becomes untapped. Do a thing. Hell, parent. Yeah, I am. I have plans with that. Maybe in real life, and I might do a stand-up thing with that. But and the rare from this pack was Ashroot Animist. Uh, Whenever this creature attacks, another target creature gains trample and +X where X is that creature. Okay, so double it, give it trample. That's pretty cool. Your full mana for 4/4 with trample, so passes the vanilla test. Though Wizards have been like really pushing that as of recently, over the past few years. Nah, nice dragon token. It's a cool one. I always like the like if they do like a uh, fire wing effect on a few like dragons, uh, and that is a cool land. Um, but yeah, I somewhat like that effect that some fantasy people actively do. Um, or 1 mana exile target creature or planeswalker at the additional cost of sacking a creature or paying 5. That is a tad bit odd that white is now black is getting some more exile effects. It's one of those things that's like in that side a new deck that Hemp for Hunter. Yeah, I'm setting that aside, but it's one of those things that's like white is great at everything, is good at everything. It's not really great at one thing, or there's a few things that is great, but like one of the biggest criticisms it always has been why like other colors always went into always gotten into went into white, and it's just taking over white's things. It's like, yeah, I can get that. And Elf Swan Giant. Uh, Landfall create a 1/1 Elf Green Warrior token with landfall. Whatever landfall triggers. That is actually a pretty cool thing, but it's 5 mana. Might see some limited things, but okay. And okay, so we have a reprint of the affection. Uh, integrate. When this creature enters, it fights another thing. 6 mana for I think it was the return to rare because Lock, Youthful Valkyrie, pretty cool. Skyship Buccaneer, Flying Raid. Whenever this creature enters, if you attack this turn, draw a card. Okay, that's pretty cool. And Garrick's Uprising. They when this enchantment enters, if you control a creature with power 4 or greater, draw a card. Whenever a creature with you control with power 4 or greater enters, draw a card, and creatures you control uh, have trample. I probably need to. I'm pretty sure I do not have this in my Multani deck listed down below, but I definitely need to get that in there. It's at that side actually. But I was listening to Tap Tap Concede last week's episode and about the PP, their pre-release, and they brought up the new that all the enchantments are now getting the Theros treatment. It's like I'm not sure it's like how I exactly feel about that, but now seeing it's like the Theros treatment for that they did for all the enchantments, the starlight effects. Like, okay, so this is like they can like okay, this is the artifact treatment. Like, okay, I let me yeah. Granted, that's do I have a colorless thing? Have a color? No, it's yeah. I mean, colorless things that aren't artifacts, but it still has that slight effect around the border, which is always nice to see. So it's one of that. Another hollow. Divine Resilience. One white and a kicker for two generic. Target creature you control gains indestructible if the spell was kicked. Instead, any number of target creatures you control. Okay, so 1 mana save something, or 4 mana save multiple things. That's a nice little combat trick there. And the veil is consuming uh something like that. Consuming power and toughness are equal to the number of cards in your opponent's graveyard. So, the longer the game goes on, the bigger my my haul grows. Whenever you cast a spell, each opponent reveals a card from the top of their library until they reveal a land. Put those cards into their graveyard. Okay, so reinforcing blue black as like a meal strategy, which granted it's one of those things like if you almost always have to be in mono to do that, but they're just reinforcing it now. Boss lightning, good removal. Uh, Carp Waltz. 2 mana, return up to 2 new creatures from your hand, from your graveyard to your hand, then discard. Okay. For 2 mana, run away together. I'm forgetting what art that printing is from. I think it's from Eldraine, original Eldraine. I think is that. Yeah. Ooh. I was like, Honor the Savior. Okay, let's read this, and it is not as good as I was hoping. Lifelink, when this creature enters, put a counter on up to 2 target creatures you control with lifelink, and it's a 2/3. So, yeah, 3 possibilities. Witness protection. Something becomes a green. Okay. Enchanted creature loses all abilities and is a green white citizen in with power and toughness. 1/1 named Legitimate Businessman. I know that is from Streets of New Capenna, but it's like the design they did with that is absolutely great. Yeah, they are doing a bunch of reprints and whatnot, but and it is at multiple rarities. Gorta, Primal Hunger, why not? Uh, ooh, Vivian. Okay, got another emblem, which is cool. Other side is left. Dragon. Ah, so I saw this half of the dragon, the 4/4 dragon. I didn't realize it had it. I don't know. Both sides are dragon. This is a 5/5 dragon. This is a 4/4 dragon. That is pretty cool. Hollow. Gorhorn Radar. When this creature enters battlefield, if you attack this turn, this creature deals 2 damage to any target. Okay. And Windsguard Crag. Okay. At least they're trying to do some amount of stuff with the land, making the dual color decks better. If they have, if you have fixing in the, I think fixing in general like that, I think it makes limited a little bit more fun to play. It allows fixing to happen a little bit more. Um, yeah, yeah. In sets like the models at Carlisle Manor, it's like, oh yeah, we are forcing the you. It's like you still need to play a 2-color deck, but it's like the mana base is almost strictly wars because it's like, okay, in limited I can't grab my needed lands. Goblin token, zombie token. Nice. Road to Ashes, okay. So for basic, put it onto the land, then shuffle it, kick, instead for 2 basics onto the battlefield. Yeah. This will never play this in Commander, because at least you have Cultivate and Kadama's Reach. 3 mana grab, 3/2 1 immediately. 1 in onto the battlefield, 1 into hand. And for 3 mana base, you get half of Kadama's Reach. And for 5 mana, you get a. Like, I would accept this at 1 less mana, but yeah, that's a me thing that's talking, so. No, that is an interesting. Granted, it's 5 mana, but deal 6 damage at sorcery speed, then discard if you do draw a card. Okay, so that's interesting. May not see as much play as I want. Enters, you may. Okay, that is pretty nice. It's Campus Guide. Okay, so it might have came from Strixhaven, but like, okay, go home digging. Yeah, you had to put it on the top. I think that's perfectly fine. Another Hare apparent. Fire Spell Whelp. Whenever you cast a non-creature or dragon spell, this creature deals 1 damage to all. Okay, so that might be a thing in limited of just uh, spells matter, dragons matter kind of thing. Uh, Fiendish Panda. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. When this card dies, return a target Bale creature with mana value less than or equal to this creature's power from your graveyard to, and it's a bear demon. Okay, so signpost uncommon for gaining life. Snip. Excanvale, nice to see this reprinted. Put a +1/+1 counter and give hexproof for the turn. Always nice to see. Nate, it's like, oh, we're moving away from. It's like, okay, Shroud is too confusing. Oh, here's hexproof. It's a fix. And Shroud then is like, Ward. We're gonna do Ward, like, and occasionally hexproof if we want to really sell the like untargetability of a thing. Then it's like, oh yeah, we'll just reprint Snake Veil. Arcane Epiphany, 3 blue. This spell costs 1 less to cast if you control a wizard, draw 3 cards. So 4 mana, 5 mana, draw 3, or 4 mana and a wizard to draw 3. I haven't been paying attention to creature types, but I'm not sure how common that is going to be. Basic land, it's okay. Zol, Arshal, Lich Lord, rare. Ward, pay 2 life. Tap, you may cast zombie creature card from your graveyard this time. Target zombie from. Okay, that's pretty cool. I wish it just outright said, tap, you may cast. Then it's a bear. It's a 2 mana 2/2 with War 2. Great! But only target zombie. And zombies are already good at reanimating themselves. I wish it just said, tap, you can cast any zombie from your graveyard, not just target zombie. And reassembling. Speaking of undead things, reassemble. Oh, if it said target creature, cast target creature. I wish it said something like this. Of like, it's a skeleton. I wish it said target zombie skeleton. It's like, choose one of these creature types. Return. You may cast it from your graveyard this time. I wish that is what if it's only choose, it was a target creature. Reassembling zombie, yeah, just reanimate. It's good. As a, if you're liking what are your guys' thoughts on Foundation? I'm seeing so far, I'm somewhat enjoying. Ooh, Dazzling Angel. Whenever another creature you control enters, gain 1 life. I think I saw another Soul Sister, but at 1 mana. So that's nice to see. That more Soul Sisters are being printed, but it's a situation of I wish it wasn't 1 mana, not 3. And why I say that is because I actually built a Daxos Blessed by the Sun deck, which is in part a Soul Sister deck. So yeah, I'm always looking for more Soul Sisters, but yeah. Into more Shackled Zombie. When this creature enters the battlefield, exile 2 cards from a single graveyard. If at least 1 creature was exiled this way, each opponent loses 2 life. You gain 2 life. Okay, 4 mana for 4/2. Nice. Nissan Ordle, Horn Beetle, at the beginning of your combat. If you control another creature with powerful battle, Papa has 1/1 on this creature. Nice. Stroke of Midnight, destroy something. Destroy target non-land permanent. Its controller gets a nice. I'm probably gonna say that for a few decks. Commander decks. Um, Inspiration from Beyond, mirror 3 cards, return target instant or sorcery from your graveyard to hand for 2 generic and a blue, or flash it back for 5 blue. That is a pretty cool. Oh, okay, Swift Blade Vindicator, that's getting a reprint. Wasn't expecting that. That's pretty cool. Uh, Zakil, Zafir Awakener. That is a pretty cool artwork. Flying whenever you cast an along creature spell. Exile. Choose one. Exile target creature you control, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. So uh, flick or something, that's pretty cool. Or create a 1/1 white spirit token with flying. Pretty cool. And Helpful Hunter plays as my foil in this. That I'm not sure if they are exactly seeding these packs, but they have been the last few pre-releases. Comment down below. I have noticed that in almost every set, at least 4 to 5 of my uh, cards have been Haro. Has anyone else noticed that? Because that is, I'm finding a tad bit peculiar. Last pack. Let's see what we go for. Honestly, just seeing what veils are all over the place. We got in terms of additional things, I'm not exactly sure where we would be going. We might want to splash into white, potentially. For fixing, we have red, green, and red, white. So maybe 3 colors something might be funny. Uh, because we have a lot of the rares are under that, plus the pre-release was something of interest. So yeah, that was that. Okay, I get why they are doing this as of recent, but granted, it probably shows that I'm not the best Magic player. But these cards almost always like, why are they doing this? Um, and I almost always forget that it's like only until end of turn. Beastkin Ranger. Uh, Trample. Whenever another creature you control enters, this creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Okay, it's like, okay, this is great if I can land it on turn 3, but if I have to, like, it's like, but it relies on me, like, hitting multiple things, making it somewhat hard to do in limited. It's like, yeah, they give me things like Goblin Surprise, that says creatures you control get +2/+0 until end of turn, or create 2/1/1 with uh, goblin creatures. It's like, okay, that's 3. Like, it's like, oh, that's also 3, so unless I have a 1 drop, I can't exactly, like. But what, I didn't fully read that, but what, like, somewhat, like, irks me is oh yeah, we have something like that. Enters the battlefield, gives something else. The bonus. So it's like, so if I double cast and my only other target is the thing that I just cast, I'm wasting that trigger. It's like, at times it's like, it slightly irks me. It's like, okay, and at least they are somewhat returning back to the uh, creatures with big bottoms. Uh, Agus total, 1 a blue 4/05. The most likely red, black, uh, like signal post uncommon, uh, proliferating artist, death touch, Raid. Okay, so raid is probably tied to the red, red black primarily. At the beginning of your end step, if you attack this turn, each opponent loses 3 life unless that player sacrifices a non-land permanent of their choose or discards. Okay, that is pretty cool. Here comes Vampire Nighthawk again. Those who loved Vampire Nighthawk when it was originally released, we have a a generic black for 2/3 flying death touch lifelink. Always nice to see. Claws out. This may cast one less to cast for each cat you cast. For each cat you control, creatures you control get +2/+2 till end of turns for 3 blue. Yes, thank you. Uh, um, cat token. Now, I'm slightly delaying this. Bloodfall Caves. Rakdos fixing. Ooh, Rise from the Dark Realms. That is it's a second rare return. Put all creatures from graveyards onto the battlefield under your control. Okay, that is a pretty cool hollow for the set. But what I'm finding funny is time stop. 4 blue end the turn. I just found that happen funny that the rare that I got was that. But yeah, that was the pre-release kit. I am going to be here. I only have the one uh, uh, code, so I'm not going. I'm going to be using that ad for myself. So I do apologize about that. But as always, folks, I'll see you around. Leave your thoughts about Foundations in the comment section down below, and I will see you around next time.